What's going on, guys? It's Unknown Player here, and in this video we're going to take a look at the latest Destiny news straight from Bungie that pertains to Destiny, of course, and the stuff coming out for it in the future, which includes a DLC date proved fake, a small patch update coming in May, and also some fixes to the melee system. So the first thing I want to mention is something I thought was pretty interesting and actually debunked a rumor that was going around for a long time now on Reddit about the date for the next DLC that we know is coming sometime in the fall. So shortly after the April update came out, there was a post on Reddit by someone kind of pretending to be from Bungie, and it was kind of teasing at the next DLC, and it gave us a date that the 20th of September would be when the fall update would release. Of course, we do know the fall update does exist, it is a real thing, and it is on the way at some point in the fall, of course, but we do not know the date. So this Reddit post was made to kind of look like it was straight from Bungie, and as if Bungie was teasing us that the date of the DLC would be the 20th of September. It is a likely date, and the 20th is a Tuesday as well, so it did seem likely, and a lot of people were fooled and they thought this would be a real thing, and this was a real post from Bungie trying to tease us the next expansion, the date of it. But it's not something Bungie wouldn't do. They wouldn't go on Reddit and start teasing stuff. They would do it on their own website on some more clever form or fashion. So the person who made this post, their Reddit name was actually Resort Azir, who of course is actually a Destiny character within the Grimoire and the Destiny world. And then Bungie straight out said that Resort Azir is not one of them, essentially saying don't believe anything you see on Reddit or anywhere else on the internet unless it's straight from them, and that is not official. So that pretty much debunks the theory that we are getting the expansion on the 20th. We don't know when we're getting it. Like I've said, the expansion does exist. We are definitely getting a thing in the fall. Bungie have announced that before, in case you missed it, but the date of it is what's fake. So we still do not know when it's going to be releasing, and hopefully that clarifies it for all of you guys. Got a lot of people asking me about this and what I think of it. Is it real or not? And that should hopefully answer those questions. Now, moving on to some other stuff that Bungie did tell us is coming on the way. On the 3rd of May, there will be a small actual patch coming to Destiny, which will be 2.2.0.2, and they said that this is going to be fixing some chests, quests, and also rewards. So I'm assuming that's going to be bug fixes. They did say it's going to be nothing major, so obviously there's no new content in here, but this isn't like another April update or something like that. This is simply like a hot fix, or kind of like a bigger one with a bunch of changes. And all we know so far is it's going to be changing some quests, chests, and also rewards, and that is what we have so far. And there's also going to be a separate one coming later around the 10th of May. Now this one is more interesting. They're going to be fixing the melee system within Destiny and also addressing a lot of bugs with it. So you may or may not know, if you've played a bit of Crucible, that your shoulder charge and the Bladedancer are kind of a little bit broken, and sometimes they don't register. A lot of the time you can actually lunge at an enemy and it just won't lock onto them, especially with the Bladedancer. That's the most noticeable, and I'm sure some of you guys will know what I'm talking about. But sometimes you can literally be just slashing someone in the face, and I've had it to me on both ends where someone's just hitting me and all they're doing is pushing me back. They're not actually killing me. So the Bladedancer has been a little bit broken in the past coming months. Not sure exactly when this bug came about, but it seems like the past coming months it has been a little bit apparent that the Bladedancer wasn't registering correctly, and it seems to be a problem with the netcode. So what they did is they got their bug fixing team on it to try and resolve the issue, and they actually got the same guy who fixed the heavy ammo glitch back in the day. Some of you who were around during year 1 might remember the heavy ammo drought. It was a crazy time. It was basically during the Dark Below, when Xur essentially didn't sell any heavy ammo synths for I think like 3 or 4 months, and all of the Guardians were basically running out of heavy. And to make it worse, every time you died, heavy would disappear, and that was a bug. So every time you died, imagine losing all of your heavy ammo, and that was a really difficult time, especially seeing as the Crota raid, you basically needed rockets and heavy ammo, and with those synths being 5 minutes and Xur not selling them and then disappearing every time you wipe, and it made the raid actually pretty difficult. And that is what the heavy ammo drought was, in case you were wondering. So the same guy who actually fixed that bug is on this bug, and it's going to be fixed by May 10th is what they're saying. So they've improved the networking with the melee system, and basically where it registers between where you launch the melee and where you are on the bodies, and a bunch of stuff that I probably don't understand, but they've essentially fixed it, and hopefully this should be done for good. So those rare times when your shoulder charge just gently pushes someone and your Bladedancer just doesn't do anything at all, that should hopefully be fixed now, and it should make the Bladedancer a little bit better, because I know a lot of people who have gone off the Bladedancer subclass entirely just because the Bladedancer doesn't really work that consistently, and sometimes it wouldn't register. So that is something that's going to be fixed, and it's always good to see bugs getting addressed. So to recap, on the 3rd of May, there is going to be one small patch called 2.2.0.2, and that is going to be addressing chests, quests, and rewards. And then on the following Tuesday, on the 10th of May, there's going to be the other hotfix, which is going to include all those melee fixes and changes, which I just talked about. I know a lot of people have been anxiously waiting for the Bladedancer and the shoulder charge fix to be actually addressed, and the bug to be addressed where it sometimes doesn't register. So hopefully this does actually work, but Bungie did say if there is any issues, make sure you contact them and let them know. Give them feedback on how stuff is working. If there is any bugs you notice, be sure to report it to them so they can actually fix it and know what's going on. As we've seen numerous times in Destiny, it's a very, very, very complicated game. So often when you fix one thing, a bug, or just do one little update, it often breaks something else, and there might be some other line of code that kind of conflicts with something else, but it's a very complicated game, and so you never know what's going to happen. but hopefully it should be all sorted. Now, one final thing I want to mention, which I thought was pretty interesting that Bungie mentioned in their blog post, is that they did feature once again the Elders Champions, which is the top scorers for the Challenge of the Elders of this week. And the top scorers actually managed to get 112k, which is a really impressive score just for one run of the Challenge of the Elders. I believe last week the high score was nearly 80k. So the fact that someone this week got 112k in the Challenge of the Elders is pretty insane and goes to show how much the community is getting behind it, and some really hardcore people are trying to get the best score possible and trying to be in that Bungie blog post. Hopefully soon they come up with some kind of reward to actually give to players who do come top in the scoreboards, and maybe some kind of emblem that will definitely drive a lot of people to want to get the top score. But I thought that was pretty interesting nonetheless. So that is all the news I've got for you guys in this video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Are you excited for the Bladedancer and the shoulder charge to be finally fixed? Drop this video a like rating if you did enjoy it. Subscribe for more videos on this channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.